There are 1,363,365.
100 to 200,000 lives.
The U.S. is now reporting more COVID-19 deaths than anywhere else in the world.
I'm Gabriella Joy, and I decided to make my own media. I wanted to hear from the people who are probably also consuming this media. I wanted to hear from my friends. I wanted to hear from you.
My name is Yume. I go to the University of Maryland.
Hi, I'm Ned Yaroski. I'm a student at the University of Pittsburgh.
I'm Jifa. I'm originally from Ghana.
My name is Bethia Hurd. I am a college student.
How are you feeling? How are you coping? Are you okay? I was curious to know, so I decided to ask some of my friends. And this is what they said.
How do I feel about the coronavirus?
Well, I'm incredibly nervous and anxious about this virus. We don't really know a lot about it.
When I first heard about it, it wasn't that serious.
It's scary. I'm a little scared. I really haven't left my house. I've been very good about practicing social distancing.
In the beginning, I really wasn't taking it seriously. I thought it was just another prank on the internet, like something that people are just doing to get clout.
We know that it spreads quickly, we know it's a virus, but I don't think we truly know enough to battle it.
Wait a minute, I know someone who knows someone, and that's when it started becoming real to me. And then all of a sudden it's here, and all the kids are out of school.
As January turned to February, and February turning to March, it got more serious, and that's when I started realizing, this ain't a joke.
Even though they say that there's some people that are more at risk than others, just the thought of passing it off to somebody else scares me, and that's why I'm trying to do my part in staying at home.
We were told to stay inside, and there were people on Miami Beach having a spring break party. If one person has it, almost a lot of those people can get it. That's why I'm really nervous, because that can cause the numbers to go higher, which then brings the death toll higher as well.
I love post-apocalyptic movies, and this is how they all start. Like The Walking Dead, Containment, World War Z, I Am Legend, all these movies and TV shows, they all start with an infection that spreads very fast and eliminates a huge part of the population.
Part of me has some type of fear because this is something that hasn't happened.
Now it's feeling real. It's a little scary.
For me, it is a little scary. Mostly because it's unexpected. And frankly, we're quite unprepared. So then I asked,
how do I feel that this virus is affecting our society?
It's honestly confusing society a lot. People don't know really what's happening. I think they say they know what's happening, but I don't think a lot of us know.
It's taking away a lot of even our little necessities, human contact. You can't hug. It's so basic. I love hugging. I miss hugging. Oh my gosh.
I'm thinking that people after this are gonna be less inclined to touch each other because of how scary this virus is. Social distancing might be a norm in the future.
I think the coronavirus is bringing the worst and the best in people.
I do see a lot of good happening. A lot of donations to help the unemployed who were recently laid off or fired by their jobs because they couldn't pay them.
The worst meaning all these people hoarding tissue paper, sanitizer that could last years, where there are some people that actually need it.
A lot of donations to food drives as well. People trying their best to help and support healthcare workers, and it's truly enlightening to watch because we don't really see a lot of good on the news.
On the other hand, you see people helping the community, making food for the homeless, making sure that they get treated because they can't afford healthcare.
It's gonna wake people up a little bit and show them how fast, government can actually move when there's a crisis going on.
I think it's going to make us appreciate all the little things. Going wherever you want freely, it's very limiting. Shaking hands.
There's going to be a generation of people who are just obsessed with washing their hands. It's not going to be the same after this. Things aren't going to be the same.
Things are most certainly not going to be the same after all of this. Things are certainly not the same now. But that's not an excuse to stop making the most of the time we have now. Especially the time we have with the people we have now.
What I'm doing right now during this quarantine is just really spending time with my family.
I'm taking my online classes. I've decided to actually seriously start learning the guitar. I only kind of knew chords and how to play certain songs.
The one blessing among the many that I'm starting to realize from the coronavirus is I've been able to spend more time with my family because you're kind of forced to because of quarantine.
Most of the time I've been in my bed, which is where I am right now.
This has really brought us together. And it's like all of us in one space for a long period of time, which is a blessing.
I'm also just trying my best to not be on my phone as much. It's not working out too much right now, but I think because classes restarted, I'll be able to actually say I did that.
I've been in my bed. I've been reading. I've been doing a lot of reading.
You know, we all get on each other's nerves, but on the bright side, I've learned so much about my sibling. They have so much love for me and they look up to me so much and they're so cool and so smart, you know, so I'm definitely learning a lot about my family in this moment.
Like, you're gonna be around these people all the time. They don't have meetings to go to. I'm not meeting up with people. We're just hanging out, binge watching movies together and shows. And
I've been watching YouTube videos.
I'm planning on starting to edit videos. I don't know what about, but we'll see what happens with that. Honestly, just to get proficient enough to put it on my resume.
Yoga. I've been doing yoga. I feel like I'm doing good on activities. I just need to be, more intentional with it all.
This is the final question, and this one is for you. Some encouragement. Something to give you a reason to keep going on. Something to give you a reason to stay in your home. To stay put.
My encouragement to people who see this.
even in the worst times or in areas that you think you feel like you're scared or pinned down or cornered, God's got you.
I encourage us all to stay strong, stay at home because you could be a carrier.
Please stay inside. Even if you aren't really at high risk to get really sick, don't be that person to spread it to someone else.
If you are to go outside, keep that 6 feet distance. You will get stir crazy. I'm getting stir crazy.
And just really try to love on each other, send text messages, check in with each other. FaceTime technology that can bring us together.
Yes, it may not make sense now, but if you think about it, this quarantine's made you think about things, given you the time to think about maybe things you need to work on or things that you've neglected, relationships that you maybe need to rebuild.
Try to, space activities out so that you're not doing everything within a week, because this is definitely gonna be longer than a week.
Try to meditate, keep yourself in the house.
I think this whole thing has definitely slowed down our very quick, fast-paced, convenient society.
Our society is so used to doing things on our own and trusting in our own efforts to be able to do certain things. But in this case, it's we can't do anything. Yeah, there are practical steps we can take, but we can't eliminate this. Now you have a lot of time on your hands to pray and really seek God and spend time with Him.
Losing somebody in my family at a young age, I've realized how precious life is, and if you're cherishing your relationships all the time and not just because there's a pandemic, then I feel like you're not gonna lose anything.
My heart goes out to all those who've lost somebody or all those who are going through this right now, and we just gotta keep praying. We just gotta keep praying, looking out for each other.
And just practice self-love and be patient.
We can and we eventually will beat this virus.
And we'll be good.
Similar to the inception of this project, everyone started off mentioning their fears, anxieties, and concerns about the pandemic, and they mentioned the precautions that they're taking to ensure safety. They progressed to the horrors of society, how people are going a little crazy and getting obsessed with toilet paper. But then they mentioned their silver linings, the light at the end of the tunnel, the reason why they still have hope. And amongst the backdrop of society doing better, they mentioned how they were doing better, learning new skills, starting new hobbies, getting to know their families really, really well, growing in their own faith, and finding the strength to support and encourage others, despite the feelings of fear and anxiety. All in all, I'm glad I asked.
Everything is gonna be fine.
We're not gonna let Corona win this. He, she, it is not going to win this.
Keep it going, keep checking on them, keep hanging out with them, and build those relationships so that there's no regrets.
Please continue to wash your hands, but in the proper way, not the. Alright, I'm done. please do the 20 seconds. If you need to sing a song, if you need to literally time it.
So, I have my notes here, or the book here with all the things. But
you have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough,
If you want to be a part of the next video, send me a DM on Instagram at I am Gabriella Joy, and I would love to feature you in the next COVID Chronicles. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.